Okay, so please confirm if you can hear me. One more, just one person is here. Great. All right, so I'll be quick. I'll be very quick. A quick disclaimer. Um, okay. Okay. So a quick disclaimer. I am not a financial analysis expert, and and what I'll be explaining is based on what I understand by the expectations of this particular assignment. So I will just be as fast and as quick as possible. Okay. Let me see if I can drop a banner before I continue so that you're welcome. Please comment your questions. Okay. Yes. Okay, so you're welcome. Kindly confirm if you can hear me. Just drop a comment just to confirm if you can hear me. Please drop a comment to ask questions. This English is not English, so let me just drop it this way, okay? Because of time. All right. Please just let me know if you can hear me. If you have questions, just ask in the comment section. So, like I said, I'll be very quick. And I was saying that I am not an expert in financial analysis, okay? Nor am I an expert in stock valuation or in bond valuation. So what I'll be doing is I'll be explaining to the best of my knowledge and understanding what I know or understand by this assignment. And so this is the assignment template worksheet. As you can see, I did it and I had a, okay, 100 over 100. Okay, so and so this was what I did, and this is how what worked for me. Okay, so now this is the worksheet that you have access to. And the step one says that you should examine the annual report for the provided companies. Okay, so you were given, there were links to the annual reports for Tesla, General Motors, Apple, Google, and Amazon. All right. Naturally, you're expected to click on this link and then to take you to the annual reports download page. All right. And you'll be able to download the annual report documents for each of the companies. And from this annual reports, you're expected to find this information, right? You expect to find this information about the principal amount of bond, maturity date. Okay, yeah. So the principal amount of bond. Okay, thank you. All right. Principal amount of bond, maturity date, coupon rate of interest, time period, etc. etc. So you expect to find it in the annual reports. Now, while I was doing the assignments, this was very tasking for me because the that will be the first time I'll be doing something like this. So I did not know what I was doing. Like I was very confused. All right. And the annual report, I could not find bond information. I did lots of research. How do I find it? It kept moving from one level of confusion to the other. All right. So until I found these resources, which I had posted on the group quite a number of times. Yeah. So this was a resource. This is Let me open one of them. So there are two companies, Business Insider and Market Insider. Oh, sorry, Business Insider. They turns out that there is a site where they post information about the bond of these companies. Okay, so I was able to find all this information on this particular website. But apparently, it turns out that some of them are no longer active. So as you can see, so if you click the link, this is not active. That's for Tesla, it's not active. It's no longer active for Tesla. Amazon is no longer active. But General Motors, Apple, and Google are still active. Okay, so when you click on it, and then when you open, it shows you this. So you have the information about the bond of that particular company. Okay, so this is it. So you have the bond data, you have the name, you have the country, you have the issue volume, you have the currency, issue price, issue date, coupon, etc. etc. All right. Now, but here's the problem, right? The problem is that, okay, thank you, Gemma, thank you, Chizzy. So the problem now is that we need to interpret this, okay, and then use it to solve this assignment. That's it. Now, So the first problem is, okay, how do I find the bond data inside the annual report? See, the truth is I don't know how. I did my research, I could not find how. Okay, like I still don't know. I'm still learning, this. But what I found is I found websites that post the data, all right, that published the data and makes it easier. Now, recently, I found a new website. This website is dedicated to bonds. I posted it on the group to bondsupermart.com. So on this website, I can just come here and I can search for Amazon, for example. Hello, please confirm if you can hear me. Apologies, my network went off. Please confirm if you can hear me. Um, Hello, please can you confirm if you can hear me now? So sorry. Uh, all right. To think I have two networks working simultaneously. Oh, wow. Okay, please confirm. Can you hear me, please? Okay, thank you. All right. So what I want to quickly do is I wanted to show you. I was about showing you how. Okay, thank you very much. So I was about showing you this. So this is it. Okay, so so this is bond supermat. So let me click and open this guy. Yeah. Okay, so there are three things I want to clarify for you. Okay, so I want to clarify number one. I want to clarify this, getting the bond data, number one. Number two, is this principal amount of bond. This is like one of the major issues. Okay, principal amount of bond. Then to clarify how to get the other variables here. Then the third thing is calculating the price of bond. Okay, so calculating the price of bond, it's when you calculate the price of bond that you understand how to answer step three. All right, yeah. So I want to clarify those three things, okay, so that I can help you to reduce or remove totally the confusion attached to this, to doing this particular assignment. Okay, so that's what I want to try and do. Now the first thing, so I'm in step one, okay, which is that how to get the bond data. Okay, so I said that initially I posted a couple of links on the group page, and then it turns out that most of these links had expired. I think two or three of them had expired. Okay, and the links were from Business Insider. Turns out that Business Insider has a bond data of these guys. Okay, but let me quickly do a little bit of introduction, or a little bit of fundamental knowledge that you should have about this bond. Okay, so bond is like stocks. Okay, but bond is a loan. It's more or less like a company borrowing loan from the public. Sorry, borrowing money. That's tautology. A company borrowing money from the public. Okay, so instead of calling it loan, they call it bond, and then it has a start date and an expiry date. Now that expiry date is what is called maturity date. So it's just like, for example, Google borrows loan from the public. So the public, this time around, you can call them investors, but they're actually creditors to Google, but you don't call them creditors, you call them investors because they are buying Google's bond. More or less like they are borrowing Google, they are borrowing Google money to run business. Okay, I hope I've not complicated it. All right, let me try and simplify it. Bond is loan. It has a start date and it has an end date. The end date is called maturity period. All right, or maturity date. Do you understand? Aha. So it has a start date, it has an end date. Okay, so now there is the price at which people buy the bond. Do you understand? Aha. I don't know if that makes it more confusing or more or simpler, but let's not get into that. So there's a price at which people buy the bond. So that's the price of the bond. Whereas there is a principal amount of the bond. Now, a second disclaimer is that I have given you first disclaimer. I am not a financial analyst. I don't know a lot about financial analysis. Okay. Now, the second disclaimer is that the truth is, I still have very little, what I consider very little understanding of the idea behind this principal amount of bond. Okay, but there are two basic information that I know about principal amount of bond that was very helpful for me in doing my assignment, and you just need to understand those two things to do this assignment. Did you understand? Aha. Now, principal amount of bond. So I shared two links on the group. Um, you know, this link was helpful. This was what I studied. I studied bond valuation calculation from Investopedia. Then I also studied this guy. Okay, so and it was also very helpful. It was also very helpful. Okay, so I shared the links on the group. You could also study it. Okay, now it was based on my research from these guys and a couple of other guys' blogs, rather, was when I understood that principal amount of bond is the par value of the bond. So it's called face value and it's called par value. Okay, and there are many categories. There's municipal bond, there's corporate bond, there's that I don't understand yet. But what I understood then was that principal amount of bond is face value. It's also called par value of bond. Okay. Now, and it is a constant. So there are two constant values. Okay. It's either it is $1,000 or it is $100. Okay. There are other par values or face value. Okay. But the one I knew and understand until now is that there are two constant values. It is either it is a $1,000 or it is $100. Okay, and based on my research then, I was trying to find the material that I read that informed me about Google, Apple, and the likes. But based on my research then, but I could not find the material again. But based on my research then, I found out that the principal amount of bond for all of them, all these companies here, right, is 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. All right, that was what I figured out. Okay, yeah, I was trying to replicate the research and find the information again, but I could not find it. Okay, but that was what I used. I used $1,000. Okay, now back to this finding the bond data. So you said that you find it from the links I shared. Okay, in which General Motors here you will see. So here you see the issue volume. Some people mistakes the issue volume for the principal amount of bond. That's not it. Okay, because it does not make sense. How it does not make sense is that it is from the principal amount of bond and other variables that you calculate the price of the bond. So if the principal amount of bond is in billions or millions, it means that the price of the bond will become millions or billions. It does not make sense. Do you understand? But I will explain that again. So issue volume is here, all right, and then let me see if people are still following me. All right, okay, so I'm still online. So issue volume is here, and then you have the coupon rate. Now, coupon rate is like the interest rate. That is, if I buy bond of 100 naira today or $100 today, if the coupon rate is 5.4, that's like the increase. It's just like dividend of stocks of shares. So if I buy shares, right, I earn dividends every year. Okay, so I earn dividends every year from the share. So depending on the share I buy, the dividend that we earn, depending on the company shares that I buy and the amount of shares I purchased, I will earn a commensurate dividend to that um, purchase amount, and the shares value at the end of every year. Do you understand? Or depending on how the company does it. But the idea is, so coupon to bonds is what dividend is to shares. I hope that makes sense. Okay, coupon to bond is what dividend is to shares. All right. And so enough of those technical details. Okay, so the idea is I am looking for number one, I am looking for principal amount of bond. I am looking for maturity date. Maturity date is the expiry date of the bond. Okay, where is it? This is it, maturity date. So for this guy, the maturity date is 2027 August 5. Okay, coupon start date. Coupon start date is when the bond is when it's yeah, is the start date. All right. So then we have payment frequency. So and it's not here. So this information is no longer suitable. This market insider data is no longer suitable and is no longer helpful. And that is why I provided this additional resource. So if I come here, so this is Amazon 3.8%, 5th of December. By the way, these companies have several bonds running simultaneously. Okay, so depending on your research, just find one and use it. Okay, yeah, good. So now this particular bond supermart has more detailed information now. So here I have the announcement date. Okay, then I have the issue date. Issue date is my start date. Okay, maturity date is expiry date. All right. Now, then I have reoffer price. Then I have reoffer yield. Okay. Um, then I have semi-annually. Okay, that's the coupon frequency. All right, and that is what this is for. That's what this time period for each interest payment is for. Okay, a part of me thinks that okay, yeah, a part of me thinks that because this usual offer price is 99 point something, that is possible the principal amount of bond is $100 and not $1,000. Okay, but I don't think it affects much. Okay, so we have incremental quantity nominal. Sincerely, I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. Okay, so I'm not going to delve into that at all. All right. So this is what I understand. Okay, so now you can get the information here. All right. Then what else? What else? Then study this blog. Okay, read this. then read this. Okay, it helps. But then we have a calculator. All right. So let me go to the calculator now. Calculator is how, this is where you calculate your price of bond. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Okay, we've spent 20 minutes. Okay, so let's quickly do that. So I've also shared this bond price calculator on the group. So now, if my face value or par value, which is my principal amount of bond, so let's say for Tesla, it is 1,000. So like I said, it's either 1,000 or 100. Okay, but then I used 1,000. Okay, now a part of me thinks it might also be 100. Okay, but what I did then was I used 1,000. So if you did further research and then you see that it is 100, it's also okay. Okay, the truth is, whatever figure you choose will affect your what's it called, your bond price. Okay, so coupon rates, let's say 5.3%, and it is semi-annually. Market interest rate is the prime interest rate. Okay, I think I clicked it here, and this is it. So the current prime interest rate is 8.5%. 8.5%. The number of years of maturity, how do you calculate this? You simply subtract, what was it? Okay. You simply subtract the maturity date from the issue date. Okay, so that is 2024 minus 2014. So that's 10 years difference. Bah? Okay, so I come to my calculator and then I put, was this not the calculator I was using? Oh, then I put 10 years, right? I put 10 years. Okay, then I calculate. Okay, so my bond price is 787.29. Okay, now consider that the bond price is lower than the par value. The bond should be selling at a discount. Okay, let's do another thing. If I do 100, it will be 78.72. Okay, so what it means now is that, so that is the price of the bond. Okay, now what this step 3 indicates is that if it is premium or discount, what it means is that if the price of the bond that you calculate is higher than the principal amount of bond, then it is premium. All right, but if it is lower, then it is discount. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So that's what will help you to answer this. Okay, so whatever you calculate here, it will be discount. Sorry, it will be premium or discount based on if your final answer is higher or lower than the principal amount of bond. Okay, so this price of bond is how much people are buying or paying per bond. Do you understand? Let me know if that makes sense. Okay, this is it clear? This is where I answer questions now. So let me know if it is clear. I think I have 2 people following. Oh, sorry, 3 people. Yeah. So let me know if it is clear and if you have questions. So I want to attend to questions now. Questions, please. Questions. Okay, I can't see your questions. Does this mean that it's clear? Okay. Okay. All right. In that case, so I guess it is clear. All right. So let me try and do something. Okay. For this, indicate factors other than interest rates and etc. So this one is you're writing. You're simply writing. So that's easy to answer. Examine the most recent dividend. Okay. And this one is simple. Yeah. Yeah. This is simple. Okay. Yeah. It's simple. So I think I've addressed the most confusing part of this assignment. So yeah, success. Let me know if you have any question or anything. Oh, do we have to show calculations on the Word doc? No, I did not show calculation for mine. I didn't. But for module 3, I think you were asked to show calculation. Yeah, that's why calculating weighted average cost of capital. Yeah, that's WACC. Okay, but here we were not asked to show calculation. So I did not show calculation in mine. All right. Is that all? All right. Okay, so just 27 minutes. That's great. Okay, 26 minutes. That's great. Okay, so thank you, everyone. In the absence of further questions, I think we can end it now. Yeah, thank you. I hope this was helpful. Yeah, I'm sorry for the network glitch. Okay. Bye.